The majority of Americans don't make enough money to cover some of the basic costs of living, like healthcare and rent. It's called the affordability gap. For tonight's interview, we're joined by Gene Ludwig, founder and chairman of the Ludwig Institute for Shared Economic Prosperity, which authored the new report. Gene, thank you for being with us. What's the key takeaway from your report?
John, the key takeaways, you might say, are three. Number one, 60% of Americans and less fortunate even can't meet a minimum quality of life standards. So 60% of Americans can't afford a minimum quality of life, point one. Point two, things are getting worse, not better. And point three is that, it's interesting, the fact is we don't have good statistics publicly. The headline statistics are misleading and painting a rosier picture than in fact is lived experience.
I define the American dream based still on its original definition. It is a better, richer, happier life for all our citizens of every rank.
So let's look at some specific things that used to make up the American dream. Housing is up 130% since 2001. Healthcare, 178%. The amount of savings needed to attend college, 122%. I mean, wages can never keep up with those kind of increases. So what do those numbers tell us?
Well, they tell us wages, by the way, during this 20-year period, were up about 98%. There's a huge gap between the increase of these costs and the increase in wages, which means over 20 years, middle and low-income Americans have actually declined in terms of their ability to afford these things. Real wages are down 4.2%.
Did you think growing up with college degrees it was going to be easier?
Yes, because that was the dream.
Costs only seem to go up while work feels less secure than ever.
A lot of the companies that people worked for back in the day, you could work at a factory and, retire from there and have really good benefits. Your pension, retirement was set.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore.
I would say it is not dead, despite people on both the right and the left claiming it is dead.
In a New York Times poll a quarter century ago, 85% of Americans said they believe it's possible to be who you want here. But by 2024, Pew reported just 53% think the American dream is still achievable.
It really sucks, because I see many generations, they're able to pursue what they want to know. They went to college, they were able to have kids and be okay. But right now, with this economy, not really.
Mothers at one point weren't always out working full-time jobs. Now that's not really an option.
Your dad, I presume, works. He had one income, and you were fine. And now you're both working, and you're
Trying to make ends meet.
My name is Michelle Boisjoli. I am 37 years old. I am a teacher in St. Louis County, Minnesota. Since the price of eggs, bacon has gone up, we've done a lot more cereal. Eat it with your spoon. You gotta stay safe in the car, right? I've had to take on a second job just because everything has gotten so expensive. I just left work and now I am gonna go door dashing for a couple hours. It looks like our first delivery. We have to go to Burger King. Thank you. So this first one is $4.50 guaranteed, and then sometimes we get tips. I always grew up thinking about the stereotypical American dream where you own a house and you have a yard to play in, and I think that dream is dying.
Today, as we mark America's 250th birthday, no, in some ways, it's all been a dream.